I just recorded the first 2 form tutorial videos, okay guys? But today I wanted to kind of like go into the fact that you will most likely not see deadlifts on my page. And if you do see a deadlift, it will be the hex bar deadlift and not conventional deadlift. Let me explain real quick about conventional deadlift. So conventional deadlift is something that powerlifters, it's one of the power lifts, the 3 main lifts. So bench press, squat, and deadlift. Anymore, people have gone to sumo deadlift over the conventional deadlift. The deadlift, once you start to add extreme load, such as getting into like the 500-pound deadlift range, the average person could start getting back issues with that. Not just because, I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. The deadlift, even though it's a whole posterior chain movement, which means it works the entire backside of the body, basically, from the hamstrings all the way up to your back, your shoulders, your traps, everything, just to load it. It pretty much works every muscle in the human body, to be honest with you. The issue is that it prioritizes your lower back into your upper back and your hamstrings. And sometimes, if not loaded properly onto the proper muscle groups, it can cause damage to your spine. Now, that's if done improperly. As with all lifts, there is no inherently unsafe lift that you can perform, unless you're doing something on a Bosu ball like Juju Mufu, or however you pronounce his name. There's no unsafe movement unless you're doing something ridiculous, like trying to balance on a ball while doing a bench press, okay? There really isn't. But there is dangers when you're talking about lifts, like there is risk and reward. So, is the reward great from the conventional deadlift? Not really. The conventional deadlift is more of an ego lift, in my opinion. The conventional deadlift can be brought up to, oh my God, there's 1,000+ pound deadlifters out there, okay? There's 1,000-pound plus deadlifters out there. It is the strongest movement that your body can perform. Think about it. You lift a box at home. You lift all that stuff. It's a natural, everyday movement. Now, the deadlift, for most people, is not needed for growth and development. The squat, in my opinion, is just a beautiful movement. I recommend squats. If I could do squats every day, I would. But I'm not one of those everyday squatter guys. But in my opinion, squats are better than deadlifts for entire leg development, muscular development, core development, things of that nature. Okay? You don't need the deadlift, the conventional deadlift. The reason that I would choose something like a hex bar deadlift, the hex bar deadlift actually mimics how you should pick up boxes and things like that, okay? It actually mimics the way that you should be carrying things, okay, with your hands by your side. You don't pick something up like you do with a deadlift, okay? Your hands are not usually in front of you or just to the side of you facing this way. They're usually faced this way or like this around the side, okay? That's why I prefer, in my opinion, the hex bar deadlift with my clients. Do I perform the conventional deadlift? Yes, I do perform the conventional deadlift primarily when I'm bulking. Just because I like to keep my strength going heavier and heavier and heavier in case I ever did want to compete in powerlifting. But is it very good for muscular development? Nah, that's iffy. Rack pulls for the lower back would probably be a little bit better than conventional deadlift, because your risk for injury is way lower and the reward is about the same, I would say. I would say the reward is about the same, maybe a little less than deadlift, but at the same time, your risk goes much further down with rack pulls over conventional deadlift, keeping that in mind. You will not see me perform a deadlift on this page. I know how to perform them, I do, but I'm not going to be responsible for somebody breaking their back. I don't care how much weight you put on that bar. If done improperly one time, you can really fuck up your back. Excuse my language. This is my channel, though. I will mention that many times. This is my channel. I will cuss on it. If you have a problem with me cussing, then maybe you just need to grow up or not watch my channel. But that's besides the point. The bottom line is simple. The bottom line is simple. There's much better movements out there for muscular development than deadlift. And the average population is not going to be a power lifter. If you would like to be a power lifter, I am not the guy to go to. I'm a muscular development, weight loss coach, bodybuilding coach. I am not a powerlifting coach. If you would like to see powerlifting videos, there are many YouTubers on YouTube that have powerlifting advice on them. I'm not a master in powerlifting, and I never will claim to be. I have short appendages, which makes me, the only thing good for me is my squat and my bench. My deadlift is weak because I have short arms and short legs. I have a very long torso. So, with that all being said, I'm sorry that I broke your guys' hearts, that I will not be training deadlift, but that is my preference, and there. I will though show you the hex bar deadlift over time. I did though, however, record bent over rows and squat tutorials for you. The one after that will be bench, but understand that the bench press video takes much longer for me to record. Squat and bent over rows were easy. It's easy for me. Squats are, you know, as long as you're not like going on your toes, as long as you're not leaning your back way forward like a good morning, you're fine. Bench press, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, okay? I'm sure you've seen the horror story videos on YouTube of the bench press. But I will go into it and I will show you everything you need to know about the bench press. That's why it's taking me a long time to record. I love you guys. Understand that I don't mean to be mean when I say that I'm going to cuss on my YouTube channel. It's just part of my vocabulary. I cuss, and that's the way it fucking is. And if you don't like that, well, I'm very sorry about that, but I'm sure you will hear somebody cussing later in life as well. Thank you all for watching. Like my shit and subscribe. Have a great day.